Hi everyone, it's been a long while. This is my workspace in its current state. It's not the worst that it has ever been, but I think it needs some help. This painting, finally some progress on it. And some other stuff there, papers and whatnot. The copics are there. Well, things. I think I want to go through everything and see what works and what doesn't work. Do something with this. And yeah, basically reorganize. And I think I would do the same going through my artworks. I have some old ones that I don't even remember, and I have to do something with them. Yeah, I don't think it would be the most aesthetically pleasant video ever, but I'm not feeling super great. So at least like this, I feel like I'm doing something and I'm somewhat productive. So yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna start with the things that I know for sure I'm keeping and that I don't need to declutter or to even move from where they are, because that's where they belong. But I'm gonna show them to you in case you are curious. These are all my oil painting supplies. The retouch varnish that I have here together with the brush, because it stinks. Linseed oil, the Sennelier Green for Oil thinner that, as I explained in my guide, once it's gone, I will not repurchase because I do fine without it. So have that, and all my oil tubes. I don't think I have a crazy amount, and I usually use most. I don't tend to use the cadmiums or the cobalt. And I bought some cadmium substitutes and replacements like the ochre and the ultramarine because of this. But yeah, there is nothing in here that I need to remove, so it goes back to where it was. And the same thing goes for the other oil painting supplies that I have, like this brush cleaner, my brushes. I have a lot of them because I recently bought a few different types to try, but there is nothing to declutter here. I don't think there are that many. Some are in not their best shape, but still useful. So, and I use them, so I'm keeping them. I have here as well some replacement for some of them, for the ones that I use the most, or the ones that get damaged the most. So obviously those go nowhere. Okay, I think I'm going to start with, let's go in order. Let's go through this mess, all the things that are in here. So we have my mask for whenever I have to spray or apply varnishes, and somewhere down here I have the replacements. So I love this thing, I just don't know what I'm gonna put in, but it will go to the side for now. Maybe I should put everything out and then begin to put things back in. Maybe. Okay, everything goes. Let's put everything. There are some things that I will not show you yet because I recently bought them and I want to try them first. They are for a different type of art medium, I guess. This is a lighting table or lighting box. I'm not sure about the name, but this is for tracing my drawings onto watercolor paper or something like that. Or at least that's the only use I've given it. I don't use it often at all, and I haven't used it in a very long time, but I don't even know if it still works, but I guess it does. So it's going back. I had this block for a pretty long time, but since it's still sealed, I hope that it will be okay, that the sizing won't be bad. So it goes back and I will be testing it very soon. I think I'm gonna move the foam board into the storage room, since I use this only for packaging orders. These sleeves are for packaging orders, but also to store and protect some artwork. So I'll keep it here. My cutting board, of course, because I use it all the time. I'm not gonna put this back because I ran out of them. So a sketchbook that I bought to try with oil pastels, but also I want to give it a shot with charcoal. I was trying some new oil pastels. These are Holbeins. So that goes in. Okay, let's see how much paper of this I have left. Yeah. I reviewed this paper on my oil pastel guide, and yeah, I have inside my disastrous color charts. They yellowed, and I don't know what happened. These ones as well. But here at the bottom is crazy. So I don't think I need to keep this. At least not the charts. I have a couple of sheets left that I think I will put some gesso on and paint on them. That's the only way that I can make this paper work, just by gessoing it. Okay, now let's see, more paper. Oh, this piece of cardboard. Sometimes I tape here watercolors, so I'm gonna keep it. Some color paper or still lifes and stuff. Some Bristol paper that I don't use at all, so maybe I can paint on it with my son. Yeah. Some linen boards, oil. Another linen board. I don't really like painting on just wooden boards. I prefer to paint on linen. So what can I do with this? I will move them aside. I was worried that I was missing some of my other linen panels. So here they are. And these are all that I have. So I bought these panels though, so that I can glue myself some linen sheets. But I haven't done that yet. Maybe I'm gonna keep them outside and I'm gonna force myself to see them so that I get to glue them. Oh, and some more panels. Perfect. And linen sheets as well. Sometimes I paint directly on the sheet, and some others I would just glue it first and then paint. But since I have the panels, I may just glue them because it looks nicer. Just cardboard to recycle. The life of test that I did in one of my videos. I don't need to keep that. I had this sketchbook for such a long time and I barely touched it. I did this 100 heads challenge or something. Off the mirror. Yeah, but not much more. Not much more at all. But it's still fine, so. I have here watercolors that I have to check. And in this one I have the oil paintings that I've done in either paper or linen sheets for another day. Put it into the play pile. What's this? And this is what happens with oil pastels. They transfer oil. Not a big surprise. These are the eyes that I did for a tutorial. Gone. And these are the last sketchbooks that I made. Since they are not old, they should be okay. And I tried yesterday just doing some swatches and they were fine. And these are just sketches that I have that are pretty old. My first time trying gouache. And I don't know what to do with them. What do you do with this? I think I'm gonna start giving them away whenever I get an order or a commission. I think I'm gonna start to put sketches and all watercolor studies and things like that. Because what do I do with them? I'm not gonna sell them. At least there is some room that I didn't have before. I will keep the panels there for now so that I'm reminded that I have to work on them. And the mask, I don't know where it's going yet. That's the second drawer. Have two boxes, one with gouache, the other one with watercolor and sketchbooks. Unfortunately, some of them are damaged. I don't know what's going on here. I think it's the humidity, but watercolor paper does not last in this house. I'm gonna do the same and I will pull everything out and then we will look at it on the table. Since I'm gonna talk about watercolor, I'm gonna first show you the things that I know for sure that they are staying exactly where they are, just here. This is my regular palette, so of course stays. And this is one of those things that you buy thinking that you're really gonna use it and love it. And I have not tried them other than just for one sketch. I think I'm gonna have to force myself to use it. I always forget that I have it, even though it's there. This is a pencil case that I found in Valencia. And it's filled in with my most used pencils. And I take this with me whenever I travel, either to Valencia or to my in-laws. And this is the palette that I have to refill because I want to change some of the colors. Now it's empty. I had gouache here for a while, but I didn't reach for it, so I prefer to have watercolor. So of course, this stays. Now, sketchbooks. I removed the paintings that I had. Those are fine, but the rest is unusable. Again, the sizing is completely messed up. It's unusable, so yeah, this one and this one as well. I will remove the paintings and I think I'm going to take them to school. The kids there go through a lot of paper, so yeah. I think I'm gonna do that and have someone use the paper. I don't want to throw it. My regular sketchbook that I haven't been using much. And by the way, this is the only thing I did with those super shiny watercolors. And this is my honeymoon watercolor sketchbook. It works nice, it's a nice paper. I did this one here and this for the Strada challenge. So this one stays, of course. My regular pencil case. Ceramic palette, so of course I'm keeping it. This is filled with watercolor or pastels. This is a huge white. I don't know how to do this. gonna pour everything out. That was white. I don't think I will be able to get rid of much. Art supplies go bad. And my watercolor paper is always telling me that, unfortunately. These were my first watercolors ever. The box is Winsor & Newton Cotman, but I filled it in with Rembrandt's pans, and these are, of course, so old, but I think they are still fine, so I'm definitely keeping them. I also like to take this one, and it's been with me for so many years that I just don't want to get rid of it. And I like it, and I like how small it is. There is not much mixing space, of course, but I like it. I'm keeping this one. And the little pants. These were restocks as well. Carmine, ultramarine blue, Prussian blue, and lamp black, I think, yes. So yeah, so stay. These are some replacements of brushes that I use for watercolor. I have to be careful with the sound and everything because my neighbors are drilling like crazy. Replacements, so they stay. I'm leaving my watercolor tubes for last. I have 2 metal, well I have 3, but the other one gave it to my son, so we played with it together and it's not here. It doesn't count. So I have this palette. Has been with me for, I don't know, 12, 14 years, I don't know. But it was a mistake, and I still think it is. And yeah, it's beautiful, and the paints are beautiful. Of course, they are from Schminke. But not knowing how to paint and having these many choices wasn't the smartest idea. Not for me, at least. They are beautiful, but I didn't learn how to mix, how to do anything with them. So they are basically untouched. There are too many. I find this many colors to be overwhelming. They are beautiful, but I don't use them. And do I want to get rid of them? No, I don't want to, because I don't know if I will use them later. These are beautiful paints. But as you can see, some of them are missing, and this is because I put them into this palette that my husband gave me. It's also pretty old and purplish. But although there are many colors as well, there are not as many. And for me, this is a much more manageable palette. Some of the colors were poured from tubes. I bought these individual empty pans and filled them in with my tube colors. And others, I just took them from the other big palette. Would I ever recommend a big palette like that? No. Would I buy it again? Absolutely not. And do I want to keep it? I guess it will continue collecting dust. This one is going to the box, and this one as well, because sometimes I use this one. I like it. What I don't like is the color of it, because it's a very purplish white. And yeah, I would rather have it pure white. I should use it more. Maybe I will end up getting a new tin, and that will solve the issue. Check the box. I don't need this many pages. I bought this one by mistake. I thought it was olive green yellowish, which is the shade that I like, and I'm not so fond of this one. Watercolors last a long time, but they don't last forever. For example, this is my favorite blue, Schminke's Horadam Ultramarine Finest. I like it because it's beautiful, it doesn't granulate much, and I think for portraits it's fantastic. But last time I opened this tube, I I got a strong scent. I don't know. I don't know if it was just me that day, but I ended up with a strong headache. And it's pretty old, of course, and I don't know if I will have the same reaction with the new tube. I don't feel like opening it right now to try. I don't need a headache at the moment. I think I read on their website that the tubes last like 5 years. I may be wrong, like I may not remember correctly, but these things go bad, so I think I should get rid of some of them to give them away so somebody can use them. I'm afraid of the same thing because of the smell. But yeah, for these ones that I use the most, I have replacements. So of course I'm keeping those. I'm gonna put aside what I use, what I don't use, and we will see. How did I accumulate this much? I don't know. Okay, I don't use you. These ones are new. I'm gonna put them aside. I want to try them with a different paper and I will see if they work or they don't work for me. Choose from this pile. I have 3 basically same color. This is my main red anyway. Yes. Then black. I don't use black. I have to retest this one. I don't think I liked it much when I tried it. I like my Rembrandt ochre the most. I'll put it to test. Yes. I don't use you. You are so bright, so orangey. Yeah, I added it here. I guess yes. I have sorted them out and there are not many that I would like to give away or get rid of, but those are these ones. These few ones. I don't get along with this type of purples or that blue, and neither do that green. The greens that I like are more like these ones. This sap green is the nicest that I found so far. Undersea green and beryllium green. Those are my gray. This one is too bright, so no, not that one. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing with them yet, but I guess I will give them away. Someone will use them. My candies. This palette. These are some of the pants that go in this palette. This is a huge Sennelier white pastel. And here I have replacements of the colors that I use the most, of the oil pastels. These are some of the thank you cards that I had made. Yeah. Why do I have so much gouache when I don't use it? I don't know. I don't know. I want to use it, it's just that I currently don't. But there's nothing here to get rid of. I have plenty of brushes. My only acrylic paint that I recently bought to do some decorations, ornaments, this gold color. And yeah, here is where I usually put my regular brushes to travel with them. Brushes that I have only for gouache and the wash paint. These are my business cards, but I'm not super happy with the quality either, so I think I'm gonna be ordering some more. I bought this thing years ago, hoping that it would fix my watercolor paper. Like when the sizing goes bad, I thought that I could put a layer or 2 of this and that it would make it work. Unfortunately, it doesn't make it behave anything like the real thing. So yeah, as expected, not much to get rid of here. The cards, I will keep them for now until I get some that I like more. And my stickers. This is what is in the last drawer. I'm gonna start with the easy because it's what I'm keeping. All my soft pastels are here. I love them. If they weren't so unhealthy. Okay. This is my previous glass palette, but I still use. So I am, of course, keeping it. I use it for other things, but I use it. And this is the box where my soft pastels used to live. When I take my soft pastels to Valencia, I don't take the whole thing. Although I guess I could. I will find a different place for it. I don't want to get rid of it yet because I use it. So it will go to the storage room. Okay. Now, these are my water mixable oils. I haven't used them once since I began using traditional oils again. These are very good paints, don't get me wrong. This is just glue to put together the linen sheets and the panels. But yeah, so that would go somewhere else. But these are all the oils that I used, and some are new. Like I bought replacements and eventually moved on to the traditional oils, which I like more. These are great, but I just like more the other ones, and it is such a shame that I know I'm not gonna use them. So I think I'm gonna give them away because they're just taking space and they will eventually dry up or something. Like I know they won't be usable forever. They still have a long time to go because I just tried them for a demo that I've done for the oil guide and they work perfectly fine. I just know myself and I know that I'm not gonna use them. So, and these are not safe for kids. I have cadmiums here. So that's not something that I can give to my son to play with. So there we go. They are going. I don't know where I'm taking them, but they are going. It's hard to say goodbye to your art supplies, but if you know they're just going to be sitting there forever until you finally throw them because you are not using them, you better give them away to somebody that will. And in that box I'm going to try to put my oil pastels and those ones as well, if they fit. Nope. But these ones will. And I can keep the glue in here, like these washi tapes. Don't know. This one still. Yeah. The ones that I'm gonna get rid of are these ones. I don't use them. The color selection is lovely and the box, the packaging and everything is very nice, except that these oil pastels and I don't agree with each other. Well, you probably saw already the video that I made. I'm sure they are great for other type of work, like more of what you see on the cover. More impressionistic, with more texture and with less blending as well. And I like detail and a lot of blending, so I will have to pass this. Okay. Let's check. These are my watercolor brushes. Some are really beaten up, but I don't want to throw them because I don't know. I use them for lifting. I may ask the school teacher if they would accept some art supplies. Paper and brushes, really. I don't have anything else to give them. I don't feel confident giving them oil pastels without knowing the pigments or the ingredients. These are watercolor blocks that are not old at all, so I hope they will be okay. This is sandpaper, and I use it to sharpen my pastel pencils. And these are the blocks. My painting. My boys. And 2 blocks unopened. One that I'm using. Don't keep a lot of watercolor paper around because depending on the conditions, they don't last long. And this one that I used for charcoal. And these are the papers on top. These are pastel mat cuts or leftovers and a few sheets, just 2. And the other one is this. This is lovely paper. I love Saunders Waterford watercolor papers, but they don't survive this house, at least during the winter. I can still draw in it, so I'm keeping it. And just so that we can say that I show you everything that I have, I'm gonna go through my last few things. Those are pencil cases and my copics. These are my pastel pencils and I love them very much. I don't get to use them often, unfortunately, but I love them. Because I have to be super careful when I use soft pastels, so yeah. Love them, love them. And these ones are my color pencils. You definitely don't need this many, and I don't need them either. But I'm not getting rid of any. I like the color selection that I have. I don't feel like I need any more. And it's something that I feel okay giving it to kids to play or just with my son here or whatever. With the exception of the luminance. Like this one has cobalt. So not that one. But the Faber-Castell and the Derwent, I think they are fine. Lots of pencils. Haven't used them in a while too. I think that when I focus on one medium, I forget about the others. And then I almost burn out and jump into the next, So, that's it. And the last thing are my copics. No, you probably haven't seen any work of mine painted with this. Yeah, these are from the time that I was in college. But they are still fine. I never store them even horizontally. They have always lived like this. And they are somehow still okay. And these things are even older. Oh my god. These could have 18 years. Crazy. Well, I'm not using them, as you can see, but I'm definitely not getting rid of them because this is something that I could see myself grabbing. Maybe not now, or maybe even yes. I like them more. I like markers more for cartoon styles, and I was more into that many years ago. But it's something that it still interests me, so I'm definitely not getting rid of them. And I can see my taste in colors is still pretty much the same. It looks better. I still have to go through my paintings, and up here I just have oil pastel paper and some sheets of pastel mat, but that on top are paintings. Those are paintings. The two folders are with lots of paintings inside. It doesn't look like a huge improvement, but it's better. And I'm hoping it will get even better once I'm done. So I think I'm gonna leave it for now and continue tomorrow. Thank you for keeping me company, and see you soon.